Now, the greatest radio shows of all time.
Suspense.
The Shadow Node.
Washington calling David Harding, counter-spy.
Classic radio theater.
The Great Gildersleeve.
Fibber McGee and Molly.
Dragnet. Gunsmoke.
The Lone Ranger.
Now, step back into our time machine with your host, Wyatt Cox.
Good evening, friends of the Inner Sanctum.
Orson-Welles and Agnes Moorehead in The Shadow, going all the way back to December 19th, 1937, Cold Death.
The Shadow Node.
Blue Coal presents The Shadow, the mystery man who strikes terror in the very hearts of shopsters, lawbreakers, and criminals. Today, Cold Death.
Hello, Mr. Carver.
Well, what do you want, Orson? Why, Job at Carverville, tending to business. Fine mess you've made of things.
Oh, so you've seen the story in the paper about conditions up in the village?
Yes, you brainless fool. Don't you know you can't keep things quiet by manhandling a reporter?
Now, wait a minute, boss. I can explain that. We had to rough that reporter up. He was taking pictures.
I don't want any excuses. I pay you to manage my mill. If there's any more publicity about living conditions up there, you'll find yourself out of a job. Now get out. Don't bother me with details. Get out.
Okay, Mr. Carver, I won't bother you with details. But if anybody else comes up to Carverville snooping around and asking questions, we'll make them wish they never heard of the place.
Commissioner Weston, I tell you it's an outrage. Don't you agree, Cranston?
It's a pretty sorry state of affairs, Commissioner.
Granted, the conditions existing in this little mill village Daniel Carver owns are an outrage.
Why, he ought to be kicked out of this club.
What do you think, Cranston?
I agree, if the newspaper accounts are true. Sickness, half a dozen deaths recently.
The authorities ought to be able to do something about a man like Carver.
Apparently not. He owns Carverville, lock, stock, and barrel. Speak of the devil, here's Carver now.
Yeah, good evening, gentlemen. I gather you're discussing me and the maliciously distorted story about Carverville that appeared in the papers?
As a matter of fact, we were, Mr. Carver. Won't you sit down and give us your side of the story?
There's nothing to discuss. There isn't one word of truth in that reporter's story. The people in Carverville are perfectly satisfied. They don't complain.
Perhaps they don't dare.
They have no reason to complain, Cranston. I give them work in my mill, provide them with homes.
Homes? Why, they make the worst city slums look like Park Avenue.
Carverville is my affair.
Well, maybe so, but this club may have something to say about your membership, Daniel Carver.
This club, a bunch of mawkish busybodies. What do I care? Vote me out. No one ever speaks to me here anyway. Go ahead, vote me out. Vote me out, go ahead.
Must be some justice, some law.
Oh, he's within the law. But now here's a case for an amateur criminologist like yourself, Cranston.
Yes, there must be some way of helping those poor devils up in Carverville. Some way of dealing with a man like Carver.
Lamont Cranston, would you mind telling me the reason for this long drive in zero weather?
You'll soon see the reason, Margot. We're now entering Carverville. Take a good look at it.
Oh, how drab. How awful. Look, Lamont, broken windows stuffed with paper. I'm beginning to understand why you're here. But how did you hear about it?
Daniel Carver, the man who owns this charming little mill village, is a fellow club member of mine.
What are you going to do, Lamont?
I don't know exactly until I've talked to some of these people.
As Lamont Cranston or the Shadow?
As a nameless social worker for the present, Margot, but I have a strong hunch the Shadow will have to play a big part if anything is to be done to help these people. Here we are.
You want some gas, mister?
No, thanks, but could you tell me how to get to Mrs. Tucker's house?
What do you want? Ma Tucker's got enough trouble already, what with her old man and kid dying since the cold set in.
I read about it in the papers. We've come here to help.
Listen, mister. Carverville folks ain't got much, but we ain't asking or welcoming no nosing around from strangers.
If you'll just point out Mrs. Tucker's house, I'll see what she has to say.
Right over there by the creek. But don't say I didn't warn you, mister.
Thanks. Come along, Margot. I may need your help to get Mrs. Tucker's confidence.
Well, I'll do anything I can. You know, Lamont, there's something terrifying about this village.
How so?
Oh, that man and the way people are watching us from behind curtains in the windows of every house along the street.
I'm afraid of something, Margot.
Of what?
That's just what I hope to discover in this house.
Oh, there's something sinister about this place.
Wait, Margot. Someone's coming to the door.
What do you want, mister?
Are you Mrs. Tucker?
I'm Ma Tucker. What do you want?
May we come in?
You say what you got to say.
Please, Mrs. Tucker, we've come to help you.
No, you... Oh, all right. Come in. It don't matter. Nothing matters now.
Thank you. Mrs. Tucker, we realize you've been through a terrible ordeal. Losing your husband and son within a week.
Well, I ain't no worse off than anybody else in Carverville.
What are you going to do?
I got one boy left, Sam. He works in the mill.
Mrs. Tucker, how much rent do you people have to pay for these houses?
Hey, you better get out of here, mister. You don't want to get me in more trouble for talking to you at all. You better get out.
Who would make trouble for you because you talk to us?
Never you mind that, mister. And if you know what's good for you, you'll get out of Carverville before Dawson and the others from Carverville get here.
Hey, Ma, who are these folks?
This is my son, Sam.
Hello, Sam.
Well, howdy. You welfare workers from the city?
You might call us that. We've come here to investigate conditions.
They've been asking questions about the houses, Sam. I didn't tell them nothing.
Well, why didn't you, Ma?
Huh?
I'm sick of all this fear, old man Carver and his spies. We kept quiet for years, and what's it got us? What did it get Pa and young Jim? We slave in the mill, and they rob us at Carver's store, and we live in these pigsties that Carver calls houses, and when we're old and sick, he lets us die off like a lot of mangy dogs.
Shut up, Sam. Don't talk like that. Somebody'll hear.
Well, let him hear. It's time somebody heard the truth. Can't you do something, mister? Can't you help us? If somebody don't help us, God only knows where this will end.
Thanks for speaking out, Sam. You'll have to help.
Lamont, there's a crowd gathering outside.
What?
I knew it. I knew there'd be
Now, you
trouble.
be quiet, Ma. Listen, mister, I got a notion you're all right.
Come on, Tucker! Sam! Open up! We're going to chase them smart out here with strangers out of town, like we did that reporter.
Listen, Sam, we'll have to leave or there'll be trouble. But will you meet me in the next town in a couple of hours? I've got to know everything that's been going on here if I'm to help you.
Yeah, I'll meet you.
Look for my car on Main Street. Come on, Margot, keep close to me.
Lamont, I hope no one saw Sam Tucker meet us down this road as you asked him to.
I hope not, Margot.
What are you going to do now that he's told you the tragic story of Carverville?
Going back to Carverville.
Right now, tonight?
Yes, first to call on old man Carver.
I thought he was in the city.
He evidently heard that more strangers were in Carverville this afternoon asking questions.
Oh, what a beast Carver must be, Lamont. If he could only be made to see the misery and suffering he's caused.
He's going to see it, Margot, tonight.
Lamont, there's Carverville. Oh, not that I'm afraid.
We're stopping. That's Carver's house right ahead there.
Yes, I see a light downstairs, Lamont. What are you going to do?
Margot, do you remember Scrooge in Dickens' Christmas Carol?
Yes, and Carver is worse than Scrooge ever thought of being.
Tonight, Daniel Carver is going to feel more remorse than Ebenezer Scrooge ever did.
He deserves it. I'll wait in the car, Lamont.
It's bitter cold.
If those poor people down there in those flimsy houses can stand it, I can. I'll wait here. But how are you going to make Carver visit those poor people?
Margot, tonight Daniel Carver is going on a sightseeing tour. Personally conducted by the Shadow.
December 19th, 1937, The Shadow on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox will continue in a moment.
And here's the cinnamon bear.
The oldest known children's Christmas serial in radio history, The Cinnamon Bear, featuring some of the most popular actors in radio history, including Elliot Lewis, Joseph Kearns, Verna Felton, Lou Merrill, Frank Nelson, Howard McNear, and child actress Barbara Jean Wong. 85 years later, this series of Judy and Jimmy traveling to Maybeland to recover their silver star still fascinates youngsters of all ages. Now we're offering the entire 26-episode series of The Cinnamon Bear via download for a Buy Me a Coffee donation of $10 or more at classicradio.stream. Support Classic Radio Theater and have The Cinnamon Bear for your family to enjoy for years to come. Go to classicradio.stream and donate $10 or more, and I'll send you a link for immediate download. classicradio.stream. Thank you for tuning in to Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Now more of The Shadow, December 19th, 1937, Cold Death.
Dawson, I told you if there's any more trouble up here in Carverville, I'd fire you, didn't I?
Yeah. Well, there ain't been no trouble, Mr. Carver. Not yet. If that guy that was here this afternoon comes back tonight, we'll make him wish he never heard of Carverville.
What makes you think he will come back?
I know he's coming back. Tonight. You got Sam Tucker to meet him down in the next town.
How do you know that?
I took a rubber hose to the kid when he came back about an hour ago. He wouldn't talk. We got enough out of him to know that social worker is up to something.
Well, I don't want any shooting and killing now.
You just leave that fella to me, Mr. Carver. You said you didn't want to be bothered with details.
What are you going to do, Dawson?
Nothing much. But don't you worry. There ain't no law against a fella being shot accidental while he's snooping around in the dark. You just leave the details to me. So long, boss.
I was a fool to come up here from the city tonight. No cold country house. No electricity. Nothing but candles. The wind even blows the door open. What was that? Who blew out that candle?
The wind. The wind blew out the candle. Are you afraid of the dark, Daniel Carver?
Warrior, what do you want? I have no money here.
I don't want your money. I have come for you.
Who are you?
I've been called fear, conscience, remorse. But I am best known to your kind as the Shadow.
The Shadow? I don't believe in things like that. You're a man. I hear your voice. If you're one of those stupid fools from the village, and you've got any idea of killing me, you'd better think first. You'll hang for it.
Since you will not believe that I am the Shadow, let us pretend I am one of those unfortunates from your village. Let us pretend that here in the darkness I am standing with a gun pointed at your heart.
Oh, what do you want of me?
I want you to come with me. Come with me.
No, you're going to murder me. I won't leave this house. I won't go with you.
Come, or I'll use the gun you are so sure I have in my hand, even though you can't see the gun, or my hand, or me.
Yeah. All right, I'll come. I'll do anything, only don't shoot. If it's money you want, I'll get it for you.
Get in your car.
First, let me get an overcoat. It's bitter cold.
No. It's time you learned what it feels like to be cold.
Where are we going?
Drive down to that squalid sink of misery that bears your name. To Carverville. Don't cry out. Don't try to escape me. For I'm right behind you. In the back seat of the car.
What do you want me to do in the village?
Stop at that little bridge. Be careful, Carver. I can read your thoughts. You're thinking you'll cry out, attract attention, and get away from me. But you'll never get away unless you do exactly as I tell you for the next few minutes.
What are you going to make me do?
You will go where I tell you. And listen. And watch.
And what if I meet someone?
If you should, don't speak.
There's the little bridge.
Stop the car. Now get out of the car, Daniel Carver. This is the Tucker house. Walk to that lighted window over there. Stand there by that broken pane stuffed with paper.
Why, you brought me here. You better look out. Bill Dawson, my foreman, and some men are out looking for some stranger that's been snooping around here. We might be shot by mistake.
That is a chance we must take, Carver. Look into that room and listen.
All right.
All right, Ma, listen, Ma. Everything's going to turn out all right. Those folks who were here today, they're going to do something.
Oh, I'm trying to hope so, Sam. But hoping comes mighty hard when hope's been killed so often. Pa's dead. Your brother's dead.
Listen to that.
Oh, Sam, you gotta go away. You gotta go far away. After what's happened, Dawson will fix you good. It won't be just a beating. He'll fix it so something will happen to you at the mill. You gotta go away, son.
Yeah, but I can't leave you, Ma. Not even long enough to hunt another job.
Oh, don't you fret about me, Sam. I ain't got much longer on this earth anyhow, son. You get away. You get away from here while you've got a chance.
Oh, Ma. Ma, you're crying. You didn't even cry when Pa died.
Seemed like I couldn't. Seemed like he was better off dead. 'Cause he was free of old man Carver at last. At last.
Oh, Ma, don't...
Come, Carver. I have something else to show you.
What are you trying to do? Where are you taking me now?
You will see. Tell me, Carver, have you ever heard the story of Scrooge?
What has the story of Scrooge got to do with me?
You are Scrooge, Daniel Carver, a 20th century Scrooge. And this is Christmas. You'd never believe it to look down the streets of this mill town of yours. Would you, Carver?
And what do you expect me to do about it?
You are not your brother's keeper, are you, Carver?
Let me go. My hands are freezing.
Still thinking of yourself? Is that the Christmas spirit, Carver?
Let me go and I'll do something. Send some Christmas baskets.
That would ease your conscience, wouldn't it? No, Carver. You're not going to get off so easy.
I've seen enough. Where are you taking me now?
Just a little way. A few steps to that lighted window over there. To that house with a car standing in front of it.
If they can afford a car...
That is a doctor's car. Your villagers don't own cars. They don't own anything. Go to that lighted window there. Look in. See what is happening. Listen.
There's frost on the glass. I can't see.
There's another broken pane. The hole is filled with paper to keep out the cold. Like the Tucker's window. Push the paper aside.
All right. I will.
Try and be calm, Mrs. Anderson. I know it's hard, but you must for the child's sake.
I'll try, Doctor. I will try. I can't help feeling the way I do. My husband dying of pneumonia only last month. Now Judy going the same way.
Oh, there's still hope. I'd move her to a hospital if there were one near enough. I wish there were only some way of keeping these rotten Carver houses warm. But you might as well try to heat a barn.
Mommy. Listen, Carver.
Mommy.
Yes, darling. I'm right here, Judy, dear. Mummy's here.
Mommy, could I have Cecile?
Of course you can, honey. Here's your doll, Judy.
Mommy, do you think Santa Claus will bring me a real doll?
I hope so, Judy. I'll ask him.
Come, Mrs. Anderson. She may sleep now. We'll try to keep the room warm. That's all we can do now. That and hope. Hope for the best.
Look at that child, Daniel Carver. She's dying. And you alone are to blame.
No, stop. Don't torture me anymore.
If that child dies, Carver, there will be no candles. No gay candles on a gift-laden Christmas tree, but white candles shedding a ghostly light around a packing box coffin.
No, stop.
It will be the monument to your life
No.
of selfish greed.
No.
And a cross you will bear through all eternity.
Unless what?
Unless you make amends.
I'll do anything. I'll do anything to make amends. I didn't know. I've been blind, selfish.
No baskets of fruit or pennies in the snow will wipe out your sins against these long-suffering people, Carver.
I know. I'll make everything right. That little girl, she needs medicine, a warm house. Let me go in and get the doctor to move her to my house on the hill. I'll get specialists. I'll do anything to save her life.
Wait, Carver. That is only the beginning. What of all the others? What of these death traps you call homes?
I'll tear them all down, burn them, build new ones, houses that are warm and comfortable and safe. I swear it. But tell me, who are you? I owe you everything for showing me what I've been doing to these people who depend on me.
I told you once before, I am the shadow.
But you are a man. Why can't I see you?
I have clouded your mind, made it impossible for you to see me. You will never see me. Never hear my voice again, Daniel Carver. If you keep your word.
I will keep my word. I swear it.
If you don't, the shadow will return. And the next time...
Al! Hey, Al! You seen any of that fella?
Oh, I ain't, Bill.
Shadow. It's my foreman, Bill Dawson and Al Trimble.
Yes, I know. They mean to kill a man. If they can find him.
They're after some fellow that was here this afternoon with a young woman. Welfare workers, I think. What'll we do?
Let them come. This is your first test.
But will he be able to pass the test? December 19th, 1937, Orson Welles as the Shadow. Thank you for tuning in to Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Now on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox, the conclusion of The Shadow, Cold Death, December 19th, 1937.
You were responsible for their acts. What are you going to do, Carver?
Look, they might shoot us by mistake. They've got shotguns.
This is your chance, Carver.
If that fella's around here, we'll find him, Al. Go around the back of Tucker Shack and take a look.
Okay. I'm just itching to draw a bead on that nosy city fella.
Now's your chance to deal with Dawson. What are you going to do, Carver?
I'll show you. Just watch me. Don't shoot. Dawson, don't shoot. It's me, Carver.
Carver. Hey, what are you doing here? You're coming in an ace of blowing your head off.
I've come here to see what I've been doing to these people by giving you a free hand.
Well, you said you didn't want to be bothered.
I know. I'm to blame. I've been blind. But that's all finished now. I'm going to make this village all over, build new homes, make up for all the misery I've caused these people.
You're getting kind of soft, ain't you, Carver?
You won't think so when I tell you that you are through, fired, you and Al Trimble and all your kind.
Listen here, you mealy-mouthed old skinflint. You can't fire me. I've done your dirty work too long.
You get out of Carverville, you're through, Dawson.
Yeah? That's what you think. You and nobody else is firing me.
Put down that shotgun, Dawson. You'll hang for this.
The devil I will. It'll be an accident. An accident like what's going to happen to that city.
Dawson, don't you pull that trigger, you fool.
Say your prayers, you rat.
Ah! You missed.
No, something knocked the gun up in the air. You didn't, Carver. You couldn't. Something just about knocked the gun out of my hand.
You are quite right, Bill Dawson. I saved you from committing a cold-blooded murder.
What was that? Who said that?
The Shadow, Dawson.
Shadow? A ghost?
Call me what you like, but I am here, helping Daniel Carver, helping the people of this village.
Bill! Hey, Bill! Dawson! You get him?
Al, come on, we're getting out of here. Something just talked to me.
You must be drunk, Bill. Hey, what's that over there?
It's old man Carver. But it wasn't him. It knocked my gun right out of my hand. Come on, I tell you, this place is haunted.
There ain't no such thing.
Yeah. Listen to that. Where is it? Come on, tell me, where's it coming from? Who's that laughing? It ain't Carver.
Yeah, it did sound kind of like a ghost. I don't see nothing.
Go quickly, both of you. Get out of Carverville and don't come back.
Come on, Al, you fool. Let's get out of here.
Hey, Bill, wait. Wait, don't leave me here alone with that thing. Wait.
Shadow, are you still here?
Yes, Daniel Carver.
Oh, thank you, whatever you are. Thank you for saving my life.
I saved you because you have much work to do.
If there was only some way of repaying you for making me see the truth. You should have credit for all this.
Just bring happiness to the people of this village, Daniel Carver. That will be your repayment in full to the shadow.
I'll do it.
Look, Carver, the people of the village are getting up enough nerve to come out of their houses.
I'll call them all together right now. I'll tell them what I'm going to do. I'll make this the happiest Christmas season they've ever had.
Yes, I believe you will, Daniel Carver.
What happened in here?
Who's that?
Yeah, who's been shooting? Anybody hurt?
Hey, golly, it's Mr. Carver.
What's he doing here?
What do you want, Mr. Carver?
Wait a moment. Wait a moment, all of you. Oh, I know you have good reasons to hate. Tonight I've been shown why. Someone came to me. Oh, I don't know what he was. I don't care. All I know is he was like a spirit of God. He has shown me how to create a new Carverville, a happy Carverville, where the spirit of Christmas will shine all these years through. Men and women, a shadow has brought us light.
This, Carver, this is the peace on earth, goodwill toward men.
Friends, this afternoon we have an event of unusual importance to bring to you. The Shadow program is to be honored with one of radio's most coveted awards, which heretofore has been captured by other outstanding programs such as Jack Benny, Fred Allen, and The March of Time, the Pilot Radio Award. Mr. Harry A. Smith, president of Blue Coal, will accept this award from Mr. Sylvester Thompson, vice president of the Pilot Radio Corporation, who will make the official presentation. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Thompson.
Thank you, Mr. Roberts. During the past year, the Pilot Radio Award Society has been making periodic awards to various programs on the air which represent the highest achievements in their particular fields of entertainment. And so it's only natural that your program, The Shadow, should have come to our attention. For we can easily understand the reason why The Shadow has held its high place in popular favor for so many years. It brings all the thrill and flavor of mystery drama to radio audiences. In addition, the committee commends you very highly upon bringing some of the finest actors of the American stage into the homes of so many radio listeners. Recognizing your noteworthy contribution to fine radio entertainment, I take pleasure in presenting to you, Mr. Smith, the Pilot Radio Award of Merit, and I am certain that The Shadow will continue to delight radio audiences for many years to come.
Thank you very much, Mr. Thompson. On behalf of the Glen Alden Coal Company and the DL&W Coal Company, producers and sellers of blue coal, it gives me great pleasure to accept this award. We greatly appreciate this recognition of our efforts to entertain the radio public. We realize, however, that the credit is due to those who prepared, directed, and presented The Shadow. The Blue Coal Dealers of America join me in expressing their appreciation to our very able artists who have presented this entertainment, and our thanks to you for this recognition of their efforts. I assure you that they will endeavor to keep their future presentations of the same high quality that we endeavor to maintain in every ton of blue coal.
The weed of crime bears bitter fruit. Crime does not pay. The Shadow knows.
December 19th, 1937, The Shadow on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Now on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox, a freshly restored episode of Lum-n-Abner from TedRadioMemories.com. This episode originally broadcast December 19th, 1946.
Granny's, Abner. I believe that's our ring.
I don't get long. I believe you're right.
Now, see. Hello, jot 'em down, store. This is Lum-n-Abner.
as we look in on the little community today, we find Doc Withers in his office in the back part of the Jot 'em Down store and Meadowlark restaurant. Abner is just entering. Listen.
Well, come in, Abner. Come in. Glad to see you. Glad to have you. You mind if I just sit down here in your office for a minute? No, my, glad to have you. Wasn't doing anything anyway. Just sitting here waiting for patients. Well, I'm just plumb wore out. Doggies. Well, that's nice. Oh, I'd rather you wouldn't sit there, Abner. Huh? What's the matter? Billy's sleeping right back of that chair. Billy? Mr. Johnson's goat. Oh, yeah, I see him now. Doggy, turn around there and startled me. First seen his face, I thought that was Grandpa Masters there. That's just Billy. He just dropped off to sleep about 10 minutes ago, and I don't want to disturb him just yet. That's the first time I ever heard a goat snore, I believe. Just what's wrong with that goat, Doc? With Billy boy? Yeah. Seems like you've had him for a patient ever since you moved to Pine Ridge. Yes, he's been under my care for some time now. Well, as far as I can tell, he is suffering from a maladjusted home life. He is? Oh, I had no idea it was that serious. His personality and that of Mr. Johnson seem to clash. Well, yeah, I saw him clash out there to his place one time. I was delivering some groceries out there to the Johnsons. Well, in fact, they had just clashed. I had to help Mr. Johnson up off the ground there. Yes. Well, Mr. Johnson dodged quick enough this time, and Billy went ahead but hit a fence post. Oh. Seemed to give the goat a slight headache. But it's not serious, I don't think. Needs a little rest. Yeah. Well, he don't need a little rest any more than I do. Doggies, that lum keeps me busier than a 6-arm paper hanger. I just don't think I can stand up under it no longer. Yes. Running the store and the restaurant was bad enough. But now that he's making a success out of them lumburgers he's serving, he keeps me hopping like a frog on a hot stove. Oh, Lord me. Taking orders, serving sandwiches, pouring coffee, washing dishes, sweeping out, swabbing the counters, bowing and shaking. How's that, Cousin? Bowing and shaking. Every time Lum gets another lumburger cooked up, why, I'm supposed to rush over and shake hands with him and then bow to him. Now, don't ask me what that's for, because I do not know. Some custom, no doubt. Yeah, maybe so. You ought to just come out there and watch him, Doc. He stands there smiling and grinning just like he'd just got done singing a solo song up on some big opera stage. Oh, does he think he is the big pumpkins now? Yes. Well, that's very interesting. Fleeger Hornsby raised pumpkins. I tell you, I just can't stand up under that work no longer. I just can't do it. I'm just plumb wore out. He thinks he's so famous now on account of inventing them lumburgers that he don't have to do nothing around here no more. Just stand out there and smile. Look out the window at everybody. Yes, Mrs. Hornsby helped him. She helped Fleeger. Got right out there in the field along with the pumpkins. Perhaps you were acquainted with him, Abner. No, I don't know him, Doc. Had a place 4 miles due south by southeast. Southwest of Mount Ida. Well, I'm so tired I just don't know nobody hardly. What do you think I ought to do about it, Doc? Do about what, Abner? Why, me having to do You know, there's some who say that Mrs. Hornsby worked among the pumpkins for so many years that she finally got to looking like one. I don't say that's true, however. Yeah. Well, Doc, now, if you've got any ideas how you could help me... I will say, though, that she did have a rather orange complexion. And quite frequently, she'd turn up missing during harvest time. Turn up missing? So you want some advice, huh, Abner? Yeah. You mean that Miss Hornsby got harvested along with... Abner, don't keep getting off the subject, please. The thing for you to do is to ask for a raise. Tell them you want more money. What's your present salary? How much is he paying you? Well, now, which do you want to know? My salary for being head waiter and dishwasher, or soup jockey and pearl diver, that is. My salary for all that is $10 a week. But so far, Lum ain't paid me nothing. Hasn't paid you anything? Not 1 red cent. You're worth more than that, Abner. My doggies, I believe you're right. Go in there and tell them you demand a raise or you're going to sever connections. No, sir, not me. I've got enough work to do without taking on no new jobs. I ain't severing no connections for him or nobody else. Doggies, I'll quit first. Well, that's what I mean, quit. Oh, is that what that means? Put it up to him on a man-to-man basis. Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. How much salaries do you reckon I ought to ask for? Well, don't hold back. Remember, a man's worth what he can get. Yes, sir, that's a good idea. Yes, sure. Ask for $7. All right. Well, I'm making 10 now. All right, make it 10. Go the limit. But, Doc, I want to get more than I'm supposed to get now. That's right. That's the idea I've been trying to get across to you. No. You know what, Doc? I believe I'll just try to get 15. No, 20. 20 what? Dollars. Oh. My doggies, I'm going in there and ask him for it right this minute, too. I'm going to strike him while the flat iron's hot. Yes, ask him for a raise, too. I'll do it. I'll get 20. Maybe even 30. I don't know. Now, watch out for Billy Boy there. Don't wake him now. No, I won't. Much obliged to you for giving me this idea, too, Doc. Oh, not at all.
Well, I'll think it over, Cedric, and let you know later.
Say it, Lum.
Sure would like to get in again if I could, though. Well, we'll see, Cedric. So long. So long.
Lum, just a minute now. Stand up here. I want to talk to you.
Granny, that's the way it always is. Quick as you get famous, everybody wants to get in on it.
Yeah, well, now, listen.
Now, Cedric wants to get his job back as dishwasher. He quit us once when he was struggling along, but now that things is going good, a little better anyway, at the restaurant, he wants to get in on the big money. And it seems like that's all anybody ever thinks about. Money. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
Why can't folks like you for your personality instead of your money? Ever since I got famous a couple of days ago, it's just seemed like everybody in town is coming around all the time trying to get something from me. Everybody's got his hand out.
They have, huh?
Oh, yeah. What was it you want to talk to me about?
Well, nothing. Actual. Hardly.
Well, now, if there's anything on your mind, speak up.
Yeah, well, I forget now what it is, I think.
Well, I better get to work and study up some new advertising stunts for the Lumberger.
Advertising stunts?
Oh, I've got some big ideas on that now.
You have, huh?
I'm going to make it a nationwide household word from coast to coast all over the country.
Doggies, Lum, I want a raise.
I'll be a national figurehead. You what?
Well, there. I've said it, and I mean it. And I'm glad. I do all the work around here. Every bit of the work that's did in this place, I do it. Abner Peabody. The scrubbing, the dusting, the washing, the serving. I don't know what all. Anything is to be did, I'm the one to do it.
Abner, you surprised me. I thought me and you was in this together to make ourselves a lot of money.
Well, I am. That's why I want to start making some of it right now.
Well, I put you on a fine salary with a promise of a bonus next Christmas.
Where is the salary?
Abner, you ain't incinerating it. I ain't paying you.
No, I just ain't sold none of the cash money's all.
Oh, well, that's different. See, up to now, the money we've took in and is all in a revolving fund. Operating capital, you might say.
I want $25 a week.
You want what?
I want $20 a week.
Granny, that's more than I'm making out of the business myself. And here I am, the Lumberger King.
Yeah, but I do all the work around here, Lum. Either I get a raise or I'm connecting severance right now. I'm quitting.
Oh, now, Abner, you can't do
I
that.
am doing it. I'll do it right now, too. And what's more, I want my back wages right this minute. And the money you owe the store for rent on your restaurant. I want that paid up, too.
Granny, I'd forgot about that.
Yes, sir. I ain't forgot about it. You owe me, you owe the store, you owe everybody, and all you do is just pour more work on me.
All right, Abner. I'll even do better than that.
No, sir. If you can't...
I'll make you a half partner in the Meadowlark restaurant.
Oh, no, you don't. No, sir.
I'll make you a full half partner.
Huh. Well, that's better. I don't know, though. I did sort of want to have a little pin money to rattle in my pocket.
Well, if you're a partner, you can name your own salary.
I can?
Why, sure.
Well, I never knowed that. Well, doggies. It's a deal. Put it there. Give me a hand. Shake hands.
All right. It's silly, but here it is.
Yeah. Yeah. Howdy, partner. Abner Peabody, starting today, you get $25 a week. Is that all right, Lum, old partner?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, good for me. 25 a week. That's it.
That is, if you think the business can stand it.
Yes, sir. 25 a week.
Paying out salaries like that's liable to cut down our profits, you know.
It is, huh?
Yeah, that's a pretty big expense for you to be paying out every week there.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That is every week. Well, maybe I better make that 20.
Well, suit yourself.
Yeah, 20 is what you get at.
I'll be glad to let you look over the bookkeeping books. Buying all that hamburger and stuff and buns and everything comes pretty high, you know. Actually, ain't a whole lot left over for the profits. But if you want to eat up your profit by paying out absorbent wages, well, you can do it because you're a partner now.
Yeah. Well, let's see here now. As long as I'm in this thing, I would like to make a profit.
Natural.
Ain't no use paying a man more than he's worth.
No.
No sense in just throwing money away.
Poor policy.
Feller starts out in a new business, they ought not to try to get rich right at the start. But wait, take your time. All right, dog, is Abner Peabody, you're overpaid. From now on, I'm cutting you to $7 a week. Now, you can take it or get out. That's all I can afford.
Yes, and you're lucky to get that, Abner. You're dealing with a hard man now.
Well, you knew it had to go that way. December 19th, 1946, lum-n-abner on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Don't forget, our friend Ted at RadioMemories.com has all of the Lum-n-Abner episodes restored in the best quality possible. RadioMemories.com. Visit my webpage, classicradio.stream, where you can stream our shows, learn about classic radio collecting. You can contact me, and you can buy me a copy to keep our shows on the air. Thanks for listening. Tell all your friends the great radio shows are right here at this spot on the dial. Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox on your favorite radio station.